Um, all right. The other day, I had three buddies in three different situations, like basically the same time frame. They all had a full scale breakup with their lady. You know what I'm saying? And all these relationships also all have children involved as well, dude. So it's no small matter. Uh, it was all during the same time period, man. Like within less than a week's time apart for each of them. And actually, I heard two homies basically almost in the same 24-hour period. They uh they had trouble with their old lady, man. Like big trouble. Like we're like splitting up. Uh, I've also noticed this. Just like people, man. Uh, like for instance, like neighbors down the street, they was yelling at each other. I mean, people are always yelling at each other around here, so that's nothing new here. You know what I'm saying? But even so, that is nothing new here. It was really intense in the past few weeks. I know of another family of peeps. They're having an internal family kind of dispute. Uh, so I mean, I think right now there's a spirit tweaked up in the spirit world. In that Testament of Solomon, it talks about there's a spirit that like there's a spirit strife, like and there's like power, like people who want power, they're possessed by a spirit. Uh, there's a lot of the spirits are really manifesting in people, and I mean it's like basically sometimes it just man they're prone. Sometimes just having a spirit doesn't look like the movie The Exorcist. It's just maybe they're prone to a certain kind of reaction. Like you ever seen someone? It doesn't matter what you say, you ain't trying to fight, but for some reason they just take it the wrong way and think that you're trying to fight, and then it turns like basically there ain't nothing going on, but all of a sudden somehow it manifests into something that's not by coincidence. That's a freaking spirit is in a way just sets things up, man. And it's crazy how these things. It's like chess. They set you up into situations like these ambush situations, and it's like nobody even realizes like they're really getting played. You know what I'm saying? See, that's the first level of fighting the spirits. Is recognize the pattern of be like, wait a second, it looks like motherfuckers is getting played. Like like Sun Tzu's back there orchestrating this thing somehow from a supernatural freaking realm. I mean, sometimes I just attributed it to the gremlins. That's what I call it. But I know there's hindering spirits too, and there's all kinds of things loose right now. I'm telling you, man. In the spirit. I mean, it's tougher every day. Before, when you could catch a day of relief, there is no release. It's a continual stroke from the spirit realm. Uh, just when you think it's over, man, it rekindled anew and more ferocious. And and sometimes even myself, it's look this it's hard to believe. You don't want to believe it that it's this freaking critical. That these some of these things aren't just metaphorical and superstition. Like there's like there's real crazy shit to taking place from day to day, and like you can see this hive mind, this gang stalker, Gestapo, Stasi, hive mind. I can see it emerging in people, and sometimes they get jacked, like in the Matrix, like that part when Neo's running, and then everyone keeps getting turning into an agent, like they get jacked, and then they get killed, and then it was the person, and the agent gets to take someone else's body. I mean, there's a lot of spirits that have names, and like uh, they have patterns and tendencies, and like likes and dislikes and things like that. Like they're sentient entities, and I think these things are reemerging. In the I mean, there's no way there can't be spirits in operation, like from my belief set, from things I've seen and I know now. And that's a crazy looking bird there. Yeah, you just gotta. I mean, level one, man, is recognizing it and then accepting it, and it isn't easy to accept that uh that the supernatural isn't just in the movies. It's every day you interact with it, and the scariest part is that it's always been that way, and you just never recognize it before. And if you still don't recognize it, who and I mean, there's other people that recognize it, but in a way, it's kind of like Darth Vader, the dark side of the Force, the power, the power of being like basically James Bond. That's the mindset that keeps these people in bondage to the statist death cult. Is that power of the dark side? I find your lack of faith disturbing. That's it comes through your text message when you failed your objective of your psyop. We find your lack of faith disturbing. You know, and then you get force choked by the freaking Skynet AI avatar think tank database, whatever, Big Brother himself, the the Wizard of Oz's brain that was transmuted into the fucking cyberspace. I don't know, man. In a way, it's kind of like that, but uh, it's just how can I explain this in terminology that people right now might understand? Because I don't know, a lot of people are dumbed down. Our generation wasn't. We were dumbed down too, but at the same time, they entertained us to some big ideas, and that's not totally extinguished yet. If they were successful right now, I'd be playing video games and watching sports all the time, man. I mean, or or out there on the rabbit wheel buying, doing crimes to make money to buy clothes that just are overpriced and just wear away anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's the same old rat wheel. I mean, the Matrix, the rat wheel. You give your energy over to it and empower it in a way. And yeah, and our belief in the lie is what gives it its authority over us. You know what I'm saying? It's our system is such a faith-based system, but it's the dark faith, and people don't even get it. The whole denominational gang mentality, or it, the mindset is like if you can get enough tag-alongs to join in, somehow that justifies it, since everyone's saying that's the righteous thing, but in all actuality, it's not. There's like the few who break away and can face the rejection that you're gonna get, because that's exactly what they do to you, man. And once again, it's like, look, that's basically you conjure this big orchestrated matrix of lies to generate this emotional response, to bring forth this psychological battle. And I mean, these things, I swear, they're like storms. They just come out of nowhere and for no reason other than just to it's like a spirit of destruction, a whirlwind. And it's out here, and it's like, I literally, it's like world's falling down around me. Some days it feels like the movie The Final Destination, where like the mysterious forces are just like, things are just falling down right around you. I'm serious. It's crazy. But it's more like it's spiritual intimidation tactics, man. It's like the actual entities that are orchestrating these events. They love to torment and terrorize you and keep you. They love to flex their muscle. In other words, they're show offs. So when they're inside of someone, they really show off. Or if something really, like, dude, that's a statistical impossibility, They love to show off. You know what I'm saying? In a way. Uh, a lot of times when God's trying to send you a message, it's very subtle. You know what I'm saying? And it's not showy offy. That's how you can tell when it's the spirit sometimes. Is because there's too much pride in there. You know what I'm saying? You can see it's like they took it way too far. And that's how you can tell who the spirit come from in a way, just by that. But and that's exactly what the spirit. There's another spirit that makes you take it to the extreme. It says it's like basically a spirit that won't allow people just to call a truce and to say, "Frick it, you know what? We're fighting over nothing anyway. How about let's try to make peace, like and mean it, not the fake peace. Here, let's make peace. Then you stab them. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about genuine. And there's an actual spirit, and it's a mindset. Once you get into this mindset, it's like it opens the door for these spirits to charge that kind of emotion that corresponds, and it comes from kind of like a pride, like national pride is a way. It's like, look, thou shalt not kill unless it's for your nation. Thou shalt not lie unless you're 007. You know what I'm saying? You see how that double code uh, what is that, moral relativism right there? That's the statism spirit. It's a spirit. And see, that's the thing. In statism, they say it's evolution. You believe in evolution and social